Time for the main attraction. The story must be told. Time for a chain reaction that never gets old. Some buds are just distractions breaking the mold. Some buds are just distractions. Some buds are just gold. I'm not the bad guy. I'm just a bit surprising. It's not worth losing sleep. It's not worth analyzing. There was a time not so long ago at all. I was just like you. Can you hear my call? Now I'm popping in over here, over there. I'll be checking in, but you'll never be aware. In the beginning I kept a keen eye on the state of affairs with the new guy. Now I got a new gig and let me know if you dig. Ain't going home, so I better go big. Just got the glance I can to be, then you'll get a little surprise. It's me. You may say that I'm breaking your minds. In my opinion, you're much too kind. Time for the main attraction. The story must be told. Time for a chain reaction that never gets old. Some buds are just distractions breaking the mold. Some buds are just distractions. Some buds are just gold. You did a good job watching those little screens. It warms my servos and circus to hear some fresh screams. But don't get me wrong, you were very brave. When faced with friendly singing animals, you never caved. I finished training, done explaining. No more facts are left remaining. Now you know the gist of it, you're a perfect fit. I don't wanna hear no more complaining. I'm passing down this golden opportunity. Eternal scrap your immunity. Take it with pride and the joy, the right to forever be a part of this community. You may say that it's all in your mind, it's all in your mind, but in the end, I think that you will find you are the main attraction. Your story must be told. You are a chain reaction that never gets old. Some buds are just distractions breaking the mold. Some buds are just distractions. Some buds are just gold. You are the main attraction. Your story must be told. You are a chain reaction that never gets old. Some buds are just distractions breaking the mold. Some buds are just distractions. Some buds are just gold.
Why did they just agree to that?
Chapter 4. The Assault. Golden Freddy's Perspective. Me and Freddy are instructing Foxy in how to dance right. He was halfway through showing us his dance routine when we heard a scream that sounded oddly like Chica. But shrieks and screams are not strange here. After all, we are man-killing robotic ghost machines, so we just ignored it and carried on. "So you think if me would be a good dancer, you'd let me be on the stage, Captain?" asked Foxy. "That's right. I'm not saying you're bad at dancing. Actually, you're quite good. It just needs improving. No hard feelings?" "Nay. Do you feel the same, Gordy?" "Yeah, but look. If you improve, me and you could do a little duet thing on stage." I promised to raise Fox's spirits, as he looked a bit disappointed at our judgment and criticism. He smiled and said, "Aye, all right. Cat on it, Captain." He walked away. I assumed to practice his pirate shanty with his new dance. As soon as he left, I felt like we were being watched from all angles. Sure enough, I saw eyes in the gloom, and then Springtrap Bonnie, one of my dearest and closest friends, stepped up. We both nodded a welcome, but I could sense uneasiness in the room, like a negative vibe or angry tension. Springtrap stood on his tiptoes and whispered in my ear, "Please, brother, can you go? I have to speak to Freddy in private. We have secret issues and debts to settle, and I think it would be very uneasy for Freddy that you would be here. You'll have business elsewhere, yes? I mean, you're always busy." I stared at him confused. It was not like him to be so threatening and polite at the same time, but I realised that this was my oldest and dearest friend, so I silently agreed and shifted out to the hallway to the complete bafflement of Freddy. I turned the corner but stopped. I was just out of sight. I wanted to know what the hell is going on and what my crazy friend was doing, and how, if it's private, why the shadow versions of us was there. I peeked into the room and saw Springtrap Bonnie muttering words to Freddy. Then Shadow Fox stepped out from the shadows and bashed Freddy hard in the head from behind. There was no way Freddy would have turned in time to fight him off. I stared bewildered as the shadows came out of the shadows and started taking my friend apart while he was weak. They shouldn't be fighting, and if they do, they should do it properly, one against one, and a clear, fair match. What has Freddy done to make Springtrap act so savage? I thought Springtrap was past this. I realised, though, that he was not partaking in the fight. Instead, his back was turned away from the violence, and he was staring blankly at the black and white checkered wallpaper. He snapped his fingers, and Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Foxy came back out of the shadows, dragging someone that looked like Chica but wasn't. She was broken, and wires hung from where her hand should be. It was unusual for Chica to not have a cupcake nearby, but I could tell that this was no ordinary situation. Chica's eyes were wide with terror, and her jaw was broken and so wide she couldn't close it. Her whole body was stiff. She was definitely withered. In Shadow Bonnie's arms was Bonnie, frozen in terror and fright. A shadowy hand clamped over his mouth so he couldn't attract attention or shout abuse to anyone. He was not hurt physically, but in his face you could see emotionally that he was in pain. Seeing his friends get torn apart in front of him while he watched and did nothing, it was pure torture just watching. I wondered how it would be for Bonnie, who already feels guilty about killing the security guard. Suddenly the clock chimed 6 a.m, but the sound of the clock didn't distract the bullies. I looked from Chica's pain face and broken body, to Bonnie's terrified face, to Springtrap's calm one. My head started glitching and my eyes went white. I knew that when this happens, I'm usually furious, and most of the time, I can be unstoppable. I didn't think the next part of my plan. I attacked for my friend's sake. I wanted to get them away from my traitorous so-called brother. What kind of friend does this? I lunged for Nightmare Shadow Freddy, who was the closest to me, and was trying to take Freddy's leg off. Of course, no one expected me to be there, as furious as I was, so I took them all by surprise. It was enough time for Freddy to regain control and pick up all the parts that got tore off, but then that left me with a dilemma, as everyone went for me. I could handle them easily, but what I saw next distracted me. Springtrap Bonnie grabbed Chica by the shoulders and pushed her towards Freddy as he stood up and regained balance, but before I could shout a warning, the live wires caught on Freddy. Freddy fell from the shock of the electrocution, and Springtrap finished the job by yanking Freddy's head off swiftly and clearly. I watched as I fought, and all I could hear was Chica's scream of anguish and sorrow, and I could see Bonnie's face sit into the anger mode. If looks could kill, I could literally see thunder in his eyes. I heard the word no and realised it came from me. I stopped for a second, but a second was too long. My attackers finally pinned me down, and Nightmare Shadow Freddy pulled his arm back for a bone-crunching swinging punch when Bonnie fought Shadow Bonnie off and shouted, "No! Not him! You've destroyed my friends enough. This is not what I wanted. You know I wasn't that guilty or ashamed about it, and I bet your consequences aren't this harsh. Your rules are stupid. If you want to break another animatronic, then it has to be me. So, let me pick the consequence this time. You hurt me. Leave him." I realised what Bonnie was talking about, as I knew about Springtrap's strict punishment rule, and I suddenly realised that Springtrap Bonnie must have tricked Bonnie into saying what he feared or hated, and I can bet that scoundrel didn't give him a fair chance. "Boss," Nightmare Shadow Freddy said. "Orders. Do what he wants. Break him. Let Golden Freddy go." And with that command, he walked out. I didn't know if he was satisfied. I hope he was. Because he had wrecked Chica and killed Bonnie, figuratively and mentally. This was too low, even for Springtrap. I'm glad I'm free, but now Bonnie has to pay my price. My attackers loosened their grip on me, but didn't release me fully. They wanted me to watch Bonnie's sacrifice while I watched like he had to watch his friends. They also probably didn't want me to prevent their new task. I tried to surprise my attackers by trying to break free, but they just tightened their grip on me. It was sickening to watch, and I couldn't do anything to help, for which I felt very guilty for. Nightmare Shadow Freddy approached the shaken Bonnie, and in one bone-crunching move took off his face and took away his arms and ripped him up so he looked really mangled. He even attacked his legs. It must have felt like he took away Bonnie's life. I could see wires where his face and arm used to be. Obviously, though, they weren't done, as my attackers took it in turns, passing me to other bots, walking up to an already badly dismantled Bonnie and taking chunks out of Bonnie's purple tummy until all you could see was his endoskeleton. It feels weird. About 10 minutes ago I was talking to Freddy and Foxy, and now look at Freddy. 35 minutes ago, Bonnie accidentally killed the night guard, and look where that had led him. And 6 hours ago, everyone was fine and well and fixed, and there was no problem, and the night would have just begun, and now there is this to handle. The abuse was over in 5 minutes, and I had to get out before I started abusing people myself. I wasn't ready for people to blame me for just standing there either, because I was supposed to be the problem solver, the peacemaker here. I'm sure people will understand that I was hauled back, but maybe some people may not understand. I rushed out as soon as I was free, as I couldn't face the expressions and emotions of my now broken friends, and I definitely couldn't